crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning. Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee, because I went off the cleanse. With a couple days left, I went off the cleanse. RV problems. I'm so bummed. They don't know when my RV is going to be delivered. And here's an article on Zero Hedge. Ford cancels shifts, builds partially assembled vehicles amid deepening chip shortage. The global supply chain remains stretched thin, with Ford Motor Company announcing Thursday evening that it will continue to build its top-selling F-150 trucks and Edge SUVs without certain parts, according to CNBC. The spokeswoman said the automaker would continue to build the F-150 and Edge models for several weeks without specific semiconductor components. When those chips are made and available, the vehicles, expected to be in the thousands, will have workers install the chips. Basically, they're building all the cars without the chips, and the cars are just going to sit there until the chips get put in. Crazy. So I might be looking for an alternative RV for a while. I don't know. I'm just bummed. My RV was going to be really cool. All right. Yes, I have posted the Jenny Moonstone reading about the new elemental token. This is the second token of her. I thought it was 4, but she's saying it's 5 now if you count the ether. But she also talks about what's going on in silver and the Theta moonshot. And you can see the picture, or moon boy, as people have been calling me for Theta, for good reason, because Theta is going to the moon. It has not arrived at the moon yet. It'll shoot past the moon onto Mercury. Is it Mercury? No, what's next? Venus, Mars. I don't know what's next. All the way out to Pluto and beyond. Yes, Theta is going to $3,000 to $10,000 per token. If you have it, you're happy. If you don't, you're angry like Snippy. I don't want to give Snippy a hard time. He's still got a bag of Theta. Although he said he was going to dip into that bag and take more out. I think he was shell-shocked about the 2017-2018 crash. I think a lot of the old-timers, first time they ever came into money, got shell-shocked by seeing their fortunes rise and then crash down. I know I was, and I know a lot of people were back in 2018. So they're very scared now. My take is there's no need to be scared. There are massively larger hands at play here that would never let a 90% correction happen again. That 90% correction was caused and coordinated through the U.S. government using the Mt. Gox, Bitcoin, and other things like that. The U.S. government is not going to destroy these companies that are investing in. So I think it is way overblown, the fear factor. Way overblown. And then the new people who are getting in who don't know any fear are just like FOMOing in. They don't have enough money to crash the system when they get out. They don't have enough cryptos to crash the system. So I don't see a 90% crash happening ever again. There'll be pullbacks, but the fear is lodged in those who had money in 2018, saw it go down massively, and they are fearful. So they will be getting out. They never got back in. A lot of them are waiting for that pullback so that they can time the market this time because they didn't last time. That's my take, at least. There'll be little pullbacks, but I don't see any big pullbacks with the amount of corporate investment now into Bitcoin and other cryptos, the amount of attention it's getting. The little guy, the weak hands are not a big part of cryptos. They're helping the price go up. But yeah, I don't see a pullback. So that's my take, all you gurus out there. I don't see a pullback. I'm with Michelle Whitedove. I don't see a huge pullback, especially with Theta. And if you've been on the road router long enough, you know that Theta kind of is not in lockstep with Bitcoin. Theta will move on its own, and Bitcoin will rise, and Theta won't go anywhere. And also, those of you playing the Theta to Theta Fuel percentages, is it 80 to 1? Is it 20 to 1? A lot of them are selling Theta Fuel right now to buy Theta, and then they'll do the opposite when it starts to rise, like 40 to 1. I think that it will narrow down somewhere around 20 to 30 to 1 ultimately, but we will see. Also, I want to draw attention to the Paige interview. We talked for over an hour and 15 minutes about Theta and all the questions that Paige gets on the Instagram page. And really interesting discussion. Go check that out. Paige does a great job as usual. Now let's talk about this. Silver. Again, Jenny Moonstone covered what's going on in silver. She saw April. Cliff Hyde said, something's going on with silver in April. And I'm saying, well, if you look at what happens in April, May is a delivery month. So yes, of course, the delivery months are the hot spot for silver. And as you can see in the volumes, look what happened in the last delivery month. Volumes just spiked up. A lot of metal was taken off the exchanges, both the COMEX and the iShares silver. Look what we have here. March 18th, we have a big jump. And it's starting to run up again. So be careful. I think we're going to see another craziness at the end of the kind of, it starts around the middle, I think, the middle of April, and then just goes absolutely insane in May. Will it be the crushing blow for the COMEX? Who knows? Who really knows? Get your metal into your own possession. I do think we're going to test $30, and that's the big number that everybody keeps looking at. I think we will get by $30 in May, and then it's like, okay, the next stop is $50. And when can that be? Could it be by July that we hit 50 and we blow by? The 50 is obviously the big one. It's the double all-time high from 1980 and from 2011. And these criminal riggers cannot survive a silver price over 50. So they're going to try to get out the best they can. They've been slamming silver. Right now, 128,000 contracts are open for the May delivery month. That's 650 million ounces of physical silver. Of course, it goes down. Jeffrey Christian shows how all the banksters sell off their long positions and then roll it over, and it's all bullshit. But we'll see how many get delivered. I think we're going to hit a new record, either in May or July. Again, the last record was in July of last year. I think it was 85 million ounces. Really good article on Shift Gold. It's called Interesting COMEX Trend. Silver short squeeze appears to be on track. And it goes over what has changed with silver deliveries on the COMEX. And as you can see, this is the red. Open interest is just huge. Huge. On the COMEX has shown a major divergence in the silver market in recent months. For context, consider this graph. Open interest is the total number of outstanding options and futures that have not been settled for an asset. The big gold and silver delivery month on the COMEX alternate. For gold, it's February, April, June, August, October, and December. For silver, it's March, May, July, September, and December. Historically, open interest starts out very high in these months and then drops significantly in the days leading to the notice period. Below shows the last 4 March months. As can be seen, contracts started high and drop as the contracts are rolled forward, as you can see there. Over the last year, more and more people have been standing for delivery. Now look at these deliveries compared to the last Marches. That's just insane. It's more than double of 2020, more than double of any year. And then the delivery trend has been in place for about a year now. This is the slow takedown of the banksters. They tried it all in one swoop before and it didn't work. That was 2008. It took out Bear Stearns, but it didn't take out the silver riggers. Now it's slow and steady wins the race as far as silver taking delivery. If you are a manufacturer, you better get your hands on some silver because very soon it's going to be unobtainable. The chart below shows the outsized deliveries in gold and silver in 2020 and how 2021 is well on its way to beating 2018 and 2019. I think 2021 will easily beat 2020 as well. First month's okay, but all of this delivery came in July, the vast majority of this. So, yeah, great start for 2021 in silver. It's all about physical. Remember that. It's all about physical. If you don't have any physical yet, contact Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin. Send him an email, Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com, milesfranklin.com. Tell him you're with Road to Ruta, and he'll set you up and take care of you very well. Everybody who's gotten their silver from Andy says, "Oh my God, what a great experience!" So he's a good guy too. Check out the interviews I've done with him. All right, and they go on. One thing that may have gone unnoticed is the delivery rate in the off months. The last off month in February had a major divergence from anything in the past years. More contracts are being bought to specifically stand for delivery. In most off months, less than 1,000 contracts stand for delivery. That started changing in February when Reddit event occurred. The chart below shows how the open interest moved higher leading into first notice. It drops after first notice as contracts are set for delivery. As can be seen in the chart, instead of a low number of contracts slowly moving towards zero, in February the opposite happened. It spiked into the final days. To highlight the first chart again, it is clear this trend is continuing for April. Open interest is moving up as the contracts near first notice. Check that. That's pretty exciting. That's what we're looking at for April. So I'm excited about this. Very excited. All right, that's silver for you. Yes, we will talk about our favorite. Theta is just blowing the roof off anybody's expectations. Maybe not Michelle White does. Maybe not mine. It's at $8. Oh my God, everybody, it hit $8.88. Everybody took a picture of it and sent it to me. 888 Bix, 888. And I'm like, no, I said it's going to $88.88 this year. That's a 10x move from 888 where it is now. But really exciting. And yes, you should have by now a significant amount of Theta if you're a crypto investor. It's difficult to get still. It's still not on Coinbase. That's the amazing thing. It's running and it's not even available to U.S. citizens. It is available. There are ways to get it. The easiest is using Simple Swap. Swap your silver or swap your cryptos for Theta. You can use an overseas broker account. Caleb and Brown is the one we use. And we give, at roadtoruta.com, we give instructions on how to buy, store, and stake Theta. So go to the member area, go down to the Theta page. I also have a price speculation graph that's really interesting. It is right on track. I don't know. There was a time when in this chart where Theta goes 10x move. I think we are there. I think we're ready to go to 888, which put it like a month and a half sooner than I thought it would happen. So we will see just a lot of explosive activity around Theta, and there's a good reason for that because Theta is not just a cryptocurrency. It is a technology to expand broadband, basically save the internet. So everybody is on the side of Theta working, or cryptos will not work. Unless we expand broadband, cryptos will not work. So if you have cryptos, you better hope to hell that Theta becomes widespread and wide known. They are implementing an advertising campaign worldwide. Huge expense on this, and I hear they're getting some sports stars to discuss Theta and Theta Fuel. Really exciting stuff happening at Theta. And then all the tech company investors, all the tech investors from the NASDAQ everywhere is going to be looking at Theta because it really is a bridge between the technology investor sector, the NASDAQ and the Dow and all the, Amazon and Apple and Oracle and all those companies you want to invest in, Tesla, and the cryptos. Because Theta is also a cryptocurrency, not just a technology. Really exciting stuff for Theta. As for the other cryptos, they aren't gonna crash. Those days are gone. You need massive amount of weak hands, and then you need the government to intentionally destroy cryptocurrencies. With all the corporations getting in cryptocurrencies now, the government will not do that. That's their bread and butter. So I think we are in that run. I do think we'll see 120,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, which means a doubling from here. That's Cliff's latest call, and we'll see $120,000 parties come December. So make sure you're in the right place at the right time. I'm not a huge fan of Bitcoin. I think it's kind of useless and slow. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum. It's extremely expensive, and unfortunately, all these companies built their platforms on Ethereum. I would advise all of them to go over to the Theta smart contract platform. where transactions are fast and free. Fast and free. Not free, but 100,000ths of a Theta fuel to do a transaction, which is practically free. It's far less than a penny. All right? Okay, that's what I got for you right now. Again, join the private road and get the Jenny Moonstone. We got a new elemental coin. She discusses what the elemental coin mean. She goes through that. She talks about what's going to happen to silver in April. And then she talks about Theta and the Theta moonshot and the Theta moon boy, which is me. That's my little head with the moon on it. Quite funny. Quite funny. All right. Again, go to roadrooter.com, sign up right there, subscribe today. Also, if you don't want to join, it's $2.99 for a year. If you don't want to join the Roadrooter and get all this inside info, get the free stuff. Put your name and email address in on the left side, and you'll get free emails practically daily that I put out. All right? All right. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.